She's doing
Hey,
all kinds of
Angela,
parts.
you
Got
get a
Charlotte
gold
with me
star
today.
for being you get a gold star for being the first person.
Right, right. Gold star, gold star. You also get obviously first dibs on questions. So pop your question in. Yep, yep. It's Saturday. Welcome to Psychic Saturday. Yeah, this is actually one of the last ones of these we're going to be doing. What I mean by that is Michelle was the second and fourth Sundays, and she still is with her Michelle's Mystic Corner. And then there was this extra Saturday in between. We don't do the first Saturday. That's all of us take that Saturday off. I've got meetings, other people got stuff to do, you know. So we would always do a psychic cafe random show like we're doing right now, you know, on a Saturday. But now Michelle's going to do 3 Saturdays. So all the Saturdays, except for the first one, 3 Saturdays. So this is like the last one we're going to be doing. It's going to be Michelle, which is cool.
Yep.
I just, we can all just be in chat and I just set up the technical part and then I'm done, and then she does everything after that. So it's like, okay, I'll just be in the chat. Oh,
Yep.
Angela's got a good one. You know how we do Monday Fun Day? Angela says Saturday, Saturday. So it's Saturday dash yay. That's cool. I like that one. But we used to always call it Psychic Saturday on in fact, before we brought back Tarot Today on Saturdays with Mary Brown and I, it was called Psychic Saturdays. That was before Psychic Cafe. That was our old network. We've been doing this for 15 years now. We're in our 16th year. And yeah, we've had a lot of shows, tons and tons of different shows on 5 different networks or something like that. We're now the Psychic Cafe network. Yeah. So be looking
Yep.
for that. I know she's got different things set up for each of the 3 days and I don't remember it all, but we'll find out in February when that starts. Hey, we're going to be talking about 3 card spreads today. Yes, small but mighty 3 card spreads. No show tomorrow because, in fact, that's why Michelle isn't here. She was supposed to join us today, but we all forgot, including Michelle, that she's doing StarCon. That's right. She's doing StarCon. Uh, Certified Tarot Grandmaster Christiana Gaudet's event. She's presenting tomorrow. So is Pamela Steele, Roxy Sim, Cooch Daniels. All of our Tarot Guild members and Psychic Cafe folk are going to be presenting, a bunch of them, at StarCon
That that comes
tomorrow.
out at just the right time for Cooch's new book.
Yeah, we're going to actually be interviewing Cooch on, did I write it down? Author Cooch Daniels, Sunday, February 9th, Stars, Cards, and Stones. That's the name of her new book. And we'll be interviewing her on February 9th. So that's pretty cool. Um, Today, it's funny. I think what Michelle was thinking, her presentation's on Sunday tomorrow, but she forgot that she's on a panel, I guess, with all the other presenters today. So she's like, I can't do the show. It's like, it's not a problem. I'm sure Charlotte and I will muddle through. Yeah.
Yeah, we're kind of like we're under that being like the old standbys, the old Dax and Charlotte show.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Okay.
Irene's here. Hi, Irene, one of our lifetime members.
Hi, Irene.
Angela, are you a lifetime member yet? We got the lifetime member sale going on, guys. And it's like,
Not to put any pressure on you or anything, Angela, but
oh my God, it's going to go away. It's for the new year, but it's still up because it's not February. I don't know if I'll hold it, keep going through February or not. Let me put up the URL here. Is this the link? That's the link, right? So it's lifetime 2025 psyche.cafe /lifetime 2025. And I just put the link in the chat for everybody. It's such a steal. It's lifetime membership for 99 bucks. Or make it even easier, 67. Yeah, you pay 67 today, next month 67, and you're paid up for life. What does that mean? Well, you get all of the benefits. Of course, your nice, certificate. If you're a professional, you can put it wherever you're reading and stuff like that. But more than that, there are so many. Oh my God. I mean, you get coaching and um, what do I always call it? Mentoring and coaching twice a month live. And you can ask any question you want about tarot, numerology, anything psychic, right? You get a custom URL to your profile page on Psychic Cafe, the Psychic Cafe website. So you can set up your business on there. If you're new and you don't have a website, guess what? You don't need one. Yes, become a lifetime member and you have a mini website right on ours, and you can just send people there and you can put buy buttons in and anything you want on your cover image and your profile image there. It's a really great thing, and then of course all the workshops and classes that we do live, you get to attend them live. um you get my course included with this free $299 tarot by the numbers course. You also get the first level of certification. If you're going pro, it's $138 regularly. It's on sale for the new year for members for 67 bucks. You get it free. It's included with the lifetime membership. Pay once. Yep. And
And I'm just gonna,
yeah,
you may already have this as part of your thing, but if you don't have time right now to like really take advantage of the membership or the course,
or
I mean,
certification.
it's gonna, or the certification, it's gonna be there. It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna, and it's gonna be there. We're not going away anytime soon. This
Yep.
is our
20 years
15,
right here.
yeah, 20 years, yeah, of existing as a guild, as an organization,
Mhm.
and um 15 years of broadcasting, and we're not going away.
Yeah,
So, it's
that's a really
you
good
know
point.
it, but if you feel like, oh, I really don't have time to invest in that right now, well, you don't have to invest in it right now, but
Yeah,
I
wait a
mean, put the money into it right now, and then reap the rewards when you have the time.
Exactly. You might be saying to
uh
yourself, oh my gosh, I don't think I'm going to be ready to get certified till June or next September. Well, it's already paid for then. It's included free,
yeah,
and that way
yeah,
down the line, you don't have to pay $138 per level. Yeah. And
yeah.
same thing with the course, get the membership now, take the course in June. In fact, it's a great idea anyway, because I want to do the course, and I've been saying this for like 2 years that I want to do the course again live, and just haven't had the time to start it up. But 2025, I really want to do the course over again live, and everybody that gets in, and with this lifetime membership, you get enrolled free. Or if you got the course, back when it was on sale by itself or something like that previously, you're all going to get to go to the live course. It's totally worth
That would
it.
be cool.
Uh, there's
That would be.
and there's other little things, just little things, like for instance, you come to these shows. Guess what? You're a member like Irene. We skip everybody and go right to you. It's just like our thing, with the coffee page. Oh, I should put that in the chat here.
Coffee
Psychic.cafe
page
forward
and
slash coffee.
our super chat.
Yeah, and our super chats. If you buy us a cup of coffee or do a super chat, we stop what we're doing, no matter where you are in, the succession of list of readings requests. We go right to yours. We spend more time with you, and well, that's also a perk of being a member. You just, and please remind me that you're a member because we have so many. I just happen to remember Irene is right off the top of my head, but I don't know everybody. And people in the chat use different names than their name on Psychic Cafe and with the Tarot Guild. So sometimes I don't know. Sahani just came in. Sad Girl. Hey guys, just put your questions in. We'll get to them in the order that they're put in, right? Okay,
Yeah. Hey,
let me.
everybody that just came in,
Mhm.
you know, and just so most of the people that are here today know, but I cannot see the chat. So I rely on Dax letting me know. But don't mind him. He's got anyway, he'll be right back. But I can't see the chat, so I totally rely on Dax to like let me know when somebody comes into the chat and stuff. And that's why I'm like, what was the question again? Because right now I'm just using my phone. It's really kind of the only thing I have available to me to use. So please don't ever feel like I'm snubbing anybody if I don't say, hey, how are ya? Because I haven't been able to, you know, um, see that you've come in. And while he's gone, I just was shuffling my cards and I found, I know you guys have heard me talk about um my deck that's got 64 cards in it, and there's really only a handful that show up over and over. And this card didn't really come up as a draw. It happened to be the bottom card. And I looked, what was on the bottom because it was, I like to do that sometimes. And this is a card I do not remember seeing, even as I've, run through my deck. But it's called A Crossing or the Initiation. And sorry, Dax,
Ooh,
I didn't know
cross.
how long you were going to be gone, so I'm
No,
just
that's
filling
fine.
I'm just filling in a little bit.
Had an
But I
emergency,
did,
had an emergency. Apparently, the sheriff's department is right in front of our house chasing suspects or something, and there's a helicopter right over, and everybody's freaking out, and it's like, oh my god, what is going on? They're running around with
yeah,
AR-15s and shit.
yeah. But this card is so cool. I
The
decided to share
crossing.
it. And it talks about, you're standing on one side of the river, and on the other side of the river is where things go to die. So while that sounds gruesome, it's not really. They go to die and then be reborn again. So um it's basically talks about, and I think it's like fits perfect with the 9 year, which we really haven't touched on yet today, but um it's like, don't be afraid to go across the river because you're ready to let something go, to let it die, and then let something new be born. Because, when things are no longer serving us, because we are creatures of habits, we tend to hang on to things much longer than we should. And this card is saying, and I will say that you know what, I'm going to throw in the planet thing right now, Dax, that we talked about earlier. So
Sure.
today, something rare happens. There are 6 planets that will be lining up, and it's not super rare for planets to line up, but it is rare that they are lining up in such a way that if they happen at the right time of day, in our, wherever we are in the in latitude wise, um, you can actually see all 6 planets. And there was Venus, Neptune, Uranus, I think Saturn. Um, anyway, this is just something I came across last night, but it makes today an incredibly powerful day for um manifestation, for anything energetically wise that you have been working on or thinking about, or So if you've got something, you know, today's the day to put it into action, to like get your manifestation things in order. And then for this card to show up to me, I think is really cool because it says step in the boat waiting for you, let it carry you into the cave where the shadows are waiting to be illuminated so you can be born again into the world without denial or artifice. Anyway, making a crossing is a beautiful, powerful act of the highest love. Oh my gosh. Okay, and so here's another thing that's kind of cool that ties this together as well. I was doing I'm kind of tired today, so trying to get inspired. I did a
You look
little
like
bit
you were
of my
sleeping.
spiritual writing. Yeah, Dax thought I was sleeping. I had the Zoom on, and so I was doing a little bit of my free form writing that many of you've heard me do, which is, you write down a question or a request or just comment, and then you just let whatever comes in come out onto the paper. And so the fact that this talks about about this being an act of like the highest and most powerful love, my one of the things that came through to me was to go forward with love, even though you don't want to be doing this show. But I think that it's go forward with love today too, because again, I'm gonna say
Or
that
coffee.
yeah, I haven't had caffeine for quite a few days now, but not intentionally. It just hasn't appealed to me. But um,
Mm-hmm.
you know, showing your love today again is a form of energy, and it can be a powerful thing. So uh anyway, that's that. Dax is back. We can stop talking about that. But I just thought that was cool because it does show, that bridge
Yeah.
going across. And I love the metaphor of going into the cave, where it's dark. You let go, you let die, whatever's not serving you anymore. And then when you come back out, you're reborn with all your new great ideas that are going to move you forward and into the future. So,
Yeah.
so that was kind
Yeah.
of my card of the day. My card of the day,
I'll
my
do my
unintentional
cards
card
of
of
the
the
day
day.
then. I'll do my cards of the day
And
then.
yeah, so yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to take up so much time.
No,
I
that
didn't
was
know, I wasn't
fun. That
sure
was
how
fun.
long you were gonna
I'm sorry I
go
had to run
on.
away. I should have put up my be right back sign, but I didn't think about it, in the middle of things happen, or I should have made you full screen. Uh it's just, I when things happen, I don't think, but it was
Okay,
like
I told him you'd be back.
it
I
was
told
like
him
an
you'd be back.
emergency. Yeah, these things happen, and uh, I still hear the helicopter out there. I don't know what's going on. I
Did
hope
you
the
lock
boat.
all your doors? I hope you
Oh,
locked your
oh
doors
yeah,
while you were.
we always have our doors locked, but I'm hoping that there aren't stray bullets flying through into the house or something.
I
I
know. Did you
mean,
close your drapes, close your curtains?
yeah, yeah. We always have them closed. I wanted to see, did I get Sahani's? Yeah, I got Sahani's question. I got Irene's, Debbie, Angela. We have all your questions. Hang in there. Gonna do the my cards of the day here if I can find it. So today I got the Four of Wands and the Emperor. I love these cards. They're gold foil, they're indestructible. I mean, waterproof, everything, but it's hard to take a good picture of them. In fact, I have to turn the lights off to take the picture because otherwise the light just bounces off it and it's all like
All right. Yeah.
shiny, And so when I do that, I get shadowing. Like you can barely read the emperor at the bottom of that card, But hey, it's the closest I can come, right? So the
It's fine.
combination of what's that?
It's fine. It's good enough picture. I can see it.
Right. And so you notice that they're both four cards, right? We know four is structure in numerology. The combination of the Emperor and the Four of Wands represents a time of stability and celebration, a need for structure as well as leadership. This could be a period of success where you have achieved a milestone or reached a goal, or you may be called upon to take charge of a situation or lead a team. Oh, you're going to love this. You're going to love this, Charlotte. This combination could also suggest the need to bring balance in your life, set boundaries, establish routines, and then enjoy the rewards of your effort. Yeah. So we were just doing a whole show on boundaries the other day.
Boundaries keeps coming up. It does.
Keeps
It
coming
so
up.
I think that's going to be a big factor in 2025 for us to
We all need
live
to, yeah,
uh a more peaceful life, I'm going to say, a more, internal happiness kind of thing. I think the more boundaries we set, you know, the easier it is for us to be happy. So, yeah.
exactly. Exactly. Oh, gosh. Hey, so let me put this up and I'll tell you why in a second. Psychic.cafe/James book. So I'm talking here about James Ricklef. And for some reason, this pad thing that I use never lets me freaking copy things properly. Anyway, I'm going to pop that in the chat here. This is to James Ricklef's book called Tarot Reading Explained, The Art of Tarot Explained with Sample Readings. Now, this book, when I first got it, umpteen billion years ago, seriously, folks, it's been a few decades. It was called Tarot Tells the Tale. And it was based on these three card readings that James had did for years in his column that he did. And what he would do is take a character from literature, fiction, something well known, Sleeping Beauty, whatever, and then do a three card reading. And fully half of this book, the whole second half of the book, was all of these example three card readings. Honest to God, you could, literally read this one book and be set on reading, and instead of, typing it all out, it's kind of long, the title. So I just did James's book, psychic.cafe/book. Ooh, I froze up. Sorry, little interruption again there. We found out that it's an escaped prisoner running around in
Yeah.
our area. Yeah. I mean, literally right here. It's like,
Right.
oh my God. And the commander of my um, American Legion post, Terry, she lives two doors down. She just texted me and it popped up on the screen here because Macs do that, right from my phone, and said, don't know if you know yet, but there's an escaped prisoner here in the park. And I'm like, oh my God. So in our development, running around somewhere, um, I don't know if they've got him yet or not. The helicopter, I don't hear the helicopter now. So, uh, okay, everybody. So we're all freaked out right here, and I'm trying to do a show. So I apologize
At
to
least it's
everybody.
not in the at least it's not in the middle of the night. Those are the scariest.
Oh yeah, and the
We're
light.
like the 10 o'clock news, and you're like,
They got
oh,
the lights, the spotlights going, and helicopters over, and you're like, oh my God. Anyway, but hey, this is how you know we're live. Doing a live show because you're going to get strange stuff on a live show like this. We leave in our mistakes. We don't edit stuff out. I'm not editing any of this.
wasn't a mistake. This is fun. This is cool. I mean, it's not fun to be scared,
Not
but
fun for us, but it's
it's
different. Cool.
it's
It woke
life.
it
It's
woke us
life.
up, right?
So
Right, Charlotte? It woke us up. Yeah.
yeah, it made me step up because I was like, crap, he's out of his chair.
Where
We
did
can
he
either
go?
have a few minutes of silence, or I can share with people. And I think
Yeah.
it's cool that I pulled that card. I literally pulled that card maybe 2 minutes before you got up, and I was just
Yeah.
kind of reading through it, and
Well, that's
you
what I
know,
always tell all my co-hosts that, if I go dark, you just go on with the show. You just, you
yeah.
know, pull
Well,
some cards, stuff like that. The
and
other hosts like Michelle and Michelle, Pamela, a lot of the other hosts, not Maria. Maria is in the same boat as you, where they don't necessarily have the chat up, but Michelle and Pamela always has the chat. They can take over, read the questions in chat, and do readings.
yeah,
Some
I
someday,
know. I gotta figure that out.
yeah,
I still don't know why the
someday
chat won't
we'll
show up on my
yeah, someday we'll get you
Kindle
set up.
Fire.
Yeah. But let's get back to
I
the
don't
topic
know.
because we're going to run out of time and not get to
Yeah,
the. It's already 12:29, so here we got to get going. So that's the link. James' book. It's James's book is what I was going for there. James book. Okay. Psychic.cafe/James book. And actually, I'm going to click the link here because if you go over to Amazon and it explains how this is a revised edition of Tarot Tells the Tale. And I mean, look at the people at the bottom here. It was his Nighthawk readings that this book was based on. Mary K. Greer. Uh, if you use this book, you can't help but become a better tarot reader. Rachel Pollock, that we just recently lost. This is a tarot book, a course in tarot, actually, like no other. And let's see who else. Anyway, I just wanted to get some of the comments there from our really big tarot authors. And of course, I put James in that category, even though most of his books, he did the very first, everybody's copied him, but he did the very first tarot coloring book. And if I click on his name, I can let you know here. Soul's Journey, Pithy Tarot, quick and easy meanings of the cards, tarot spreads, get the whole story. The original tarot coloring book, Uncovering the Tarot of the Masters, which is a book about his deck. He did a whole deck based on the masters, meaning the master artists, and what they've created, and put those images, on cards and stuff. And Tarot Reading Explained, which is Tarot Tells the Tale. I put him up there with the very, very top cream of the crop, like Mary K. Greer and Rachel Pollock. Even though he hasn't come out with a new book in years and years, but hey, you don't really need to recreate perfection. I mean, this book, folks, this is it. If
you need
you
to
can't,
reinvent the wheel, so to
yeah, I
speak.
mean, there are thousands of decks and thousands of books. And if you came to me and said, quick, off top of your head, what book do I get? It's this book. You don't even need anything else. And that brings us to 3 card readings. Honestly, people kind of diss it or write it off, oh, those are just those, simple 3 card readings. The world's most famous 3 card spread, past, present, future, is a three
Yeah,
card spread. And people just, oh, that's for beginners, things like that. No, actually, they're very versatile. And you could literally just use, oh, there goes Border Patrol too. Oh my God. They're driving past the window here. Border Patrol, sheriff's cars. I wonder if they got
good
them.
grief.
It's scary, man. But three card spreads. Um, Here, let me pop this up real quick. I made this up real quick this morning just to show you, we're talking about layouts that have three cards in them. And um literally you can do readings even with paying clients, and I know because I've done it for decades and decades now, where you're just using three card spreads. And a lot of
Yeah,
times, also I wanted to mention that when I do a spread with multiple um, placement layouts, so, past, present, future, I may pull a three card spread for each of those positions, not just put one card down. That's another aspect of it too that I wanted to mention. Um, I have some examples here that I can give you, but I just wanted to let you guys know that you can get so much information from just three cards. Now, we're not doing a show tomorrow, but on Monday, I'm going to do the 5 card yes no spread that I most often use here on the shows. And I started using it, 15, 14 years ago, something like that, because I needed a spread that gives you a lot of information, answers yes nos, but gives you a lot more than just yes nos. And
right.
it became my go-to thing for the shows, and eventually became my go-to thing for reading with clients. I pull 5 card spreads, but I supplement them with 3 card spreads. Okay, so on Monday, we're going to go through the 5 card spread, how you do it, all the versatility of it. Again, super versatile. You don't need a 9, 10, 15 card spread. You can do it all with 3 card spreads. You can do it all with 3 card and 5 card spreads. You can add the 5 card one in. And so be sure to tune in on Monday. We'll be talking about that. But let's look at some 3 carders here. And I kind of group them together like past, present, future, the most famous one. I call that a linear 3 card spread. And by the way, you don't have to lay them out 1, 2, 3 right next to each other. In fact, there's a group I call the crossed 3 card spreads, where you actually put one on top of the other and the other below. Balance spreads, you can put it in like a triangle formation. Foundational spreads, you can kind of do 1, 2, 3 up and down instead of left to right, like I'm showing here. So
Yeah,
here's
the position of how you place the cards really
it really doesn't
doesn't
matter.
really
Yeah.
make a
And
difference. So
but I
whatever is
know,
like aesthetically pleasing to you or feels energetically right is how
yeah,
you place your cards, right, Jeff?
maybe you like triangles and you just want to put them in triangles. I just, I give those examples just because I know people like to do different things. And so,
Right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
and
Individuals.
so especially if you're sitting with a client, you may do a 3 card spread like I'm showing here right next to each other. And then the next 3 card spread might be a balance spread and you do a triangle. And it's just so it's different looking things for for the client. And then like if you do a cross 3 card spread, you might put one card down and okay, situation, then obstacle, that one crosses, so you put it on top of the first card 2 on top of card 1, and then below you put advice, card 3, as an example. But me personally, I just lay them in right next to each other like I'm showing. So here's some of the linear 3 card spreads: past, present, future, you, your path, your potential, you, relationship, partner. So you can see how versatile it is. I mean, you can go from a
So
past,
versatile.
you can go
So,
from,
so versatile.
right, you can go from a past, present, future to like a spread about relationships, and it's still a 3 card spread.
Yep.
Situation, action, outcome. idea, process, aspiration. Those are some examples. And then I have what I call balanced three card spreads, where there's a balance involved, such as mind, body, spirit, physical state, emotional state, spiritual state, subconscious, conscious, superconscious. Option one, option two, option three. What I think, what I feel, what I do.
Dax, can I ask, you tend to use the phrase heart of the matter a lot.
Right.
And do you use that in all your spreads, or is that particular to your three card spread? Because I
It's
love that. I love
the heart of the matter.
that.
Yeah.
The heart of the matter. That is, I mean, it is my favorite. That's my favorite card. That's my favorite name, card, whatever the position. But I love that phrase, the heart of the matter, because it just gets right down to it. It's not ambiguous. It's not,
Right. It's
it's just,
it's
and
actually
I
all you
love that.
need. But
So,
what happens is I shuffle the deck, and then I cut the deck and put it underneath, and I start pulling cards off the top for the reading. But when I cut the deck like that, this card underneath I call cutting to the heart of the matter, and then I
you're
pull that
frozen up.
card. And
There you
what's that?
go.
Oh, I
You keep
pulled.
kind of freezing up a little bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it wasn't freezing on my screen. Hopefully, it's okay for the people watching on YouTube. So I pull the heart of the matter card and I lay it aside. It's not part of the spread. Initially, it wasn't part of the spread. And the spread could be anything: three card, five card, Celtic cross, whatever I'm doing with the client, and I go through my spread, go through the reading. And a lot of times I have it face down. And then I will turn it over at the end of the reading. And what I'm doing there is showing what the heart of the matter is. And quite often, what happens, Charlotte, is everything that I went through and all the different cards and all the different information that came up and other questions and everything. When you turn over that heart of the matter card, a lot of the time, that heart of the matter card, everything, all the answers that the client needed, everything is right there in that one card a lot of the times. But you still needed the other cards, the other spread, the reading and
So
everything to get all
you
the
kind of
information.
use that to bring up the rear, to tie everything together. And
Right.
that would be
Originally. And now I'm getting to your question now, because that I created on my own decades ago, and I would just pull a,
right.
it was part of my reading process, how I shuffled, and if the client was in person, I would have them, you know how people fan out the cards? I'm not a fan of fanning. So I will shuffle really, 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 really good. And then I would put the deck down and I would knock, you know, and
Right.
that's knocking the energy out. And then I would tell them, go like this. And then, where you have it where you want, stop and cut the deck. And they would put it
Hmm.
down like this. And then I would put it underneath, pull the heart of the matter card. It was just part of my process. But then when I started, exclusively using the five card spread, the middle card became the heart of the matter. And
Okay.
we'll be talking about this on Monday, how this is in the center, and then you've got two cards to the left, two cards to the right, and the meaning of that, it's all how you interpret it. It's a very versatile thing, where sometimes the two cards going to the left is going to the past, and the other two cards on the right are going to the future. Sometimes there's no future past in it, but the card in the center I always take as the heart of the matter. Now, in a three card spread, I don't usually use that, but there have been times when I'm asking a particular question and I will lay a card down and call it the heart of the matter. And then the other two cards in the three card spread, I put below. There's that triangle that I was talking about. That's one of the few times I use the triangle, is when I'm looking between a couple, like these cards are the qualifiers, um gosh, my mind just blanked. But they're giving you additional information, but the heart of the matter is still that card in the middle. Yeah. So that's heart of the matter there. And let me go back to my list I have here. There's foundational spreads. So here's some examples. Given your strengths, that would be card 1, and weaknesses, card 2. This is my advice, card 3. And of course, the balloons go off. I love it. Given what worked well, card 1, and what didn't work well, card 2, this is the key lesson, card 3. Given that this brings you together, card 1, and this pulls you apart, card 2, you must focus on this, card 3. Given that you want this from the relationship, here's a relationship one, card 1, and your partner wants this, card 2, your relationship is heading towards this, card 3. Given option 1, card 1, and option 2, card 2, what is what you need to know to make a decision, card 3? So that's what I call some foundational 3-card spreads. And by the way, the list of 3-card spreads goes on for forever. We're not going to go through everything. There's like 50 of them.
Yeah, there's not time because you
I'm just,
literally could name
yeah,
what
yeah.
you got on your mind. You could
Yeah, you can make up your own. You can make
you
up
could
your own,
make up
which I'm
your
going to
own
get,
too.
which
But
I'm going to get to, Charlotte. I'm going to get to that.
sorry,
It's called,
sorry,
yeah,
I'm
it's
not a
called,
very good co-host today. I'm
no,
a
no, it's,
butt-in
don't worry
host.
about it. No, it's
Sorry.
okay. But what I mean is, I'm going to get to briefly talking about that in just a second. I'm going to talk about there's no placement. I'll get to that in just a second. But let me finish the list of the ones
Yeah,
that I did get
sorry.
for you. This is the last grouping. It's called crossed 3-card spreads. This is the one where you'd put a card down and then there's a crossing card that you put on top and then the third card below. So situation, right? Obstacle, advice. Aspiration, obstacle, how to overcome. Opportunities, challenges, outcome. Thesis, antithesis, synthesis. There are some examples of cross 3-card spreads. There we go. And, for a lot more on this, again, read Tarot Tells the Tale, now called Tarot Reading Explained, The Art of Tarot Explained with sample readings from James Ricklef. And in a lot of his, there's no placement. He's just laying 3 cards out. So that's what I wanted to say, was that you don't have to use any of these. You don't have to use past, present, future, right? Option 1, option 2, outcome. All these different placements. You don't have to memorize all this stuff. And that's my thing.
Right.
I'm not against people using spreads, especially in the beginning, because it gives them something to work with, like they're able
Right.
to figure out this card is for this card's for this. Just like you need the question, the overarching question, you need the question from the client, and then the placements help out. But you really don't need that. You can freeform laying them out, and maybe placements pop in your mind as you're doing it, which is what happened to me with the 5-card yes no spread. The 5-card yes no spread does not have placements. It's just you're laying out 5 cards and you're figuring out whether it says yes, no, maybe, probably, things like that. I'm the one that added to that when I laid it down in my mind's eye, I saw, oh, heart of the matter, past, present, future, right? And that just popped in my mind. That's not part of the original spread, as I learned it, which, I'll talk all about, where it comes from, all that kind of stuff like that on Monday. You gotta tune in on Monday, right? But yeah, just that's my thing about spreads in general is, what do you have, a book of spreads? Can you memorize all those spreads? It's like, oh, the client sit in front of you, and she's asking about a particular thing, and you're like, wait a minute, and you're flipping through your book, it's like, okay, spreads on romance. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's the one that I need to use. Okay, and it doesn't look good, folks. So if you can memorize a few different spreads, great. If you have trouble memorizing big spreads, don't use them. Just lay some cards out. And what I often
Right.
say is lay 3 cards out per question. So, unless you're doing yes, no. So if they ask you a question, lay 3 cards out. And then that leads to another question, lay 3 cards out, lay 3 cards out. You end up with a whatever 30 card spread if you do 10 questions, right? But it's breaking it down and making it easier. This is also why 3 card spreads are so powerful, because if you want to memorize and you really want to use placements, 3 card spreads are the way to go, because it's a lot easier to remember situation, action, outcome than it is to memorize the 10 placements of the Celtic cross.
Yeah, and I think also with, the 3 card spread and, maybe even just the 1 card spread,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can call a 1 card spread, but especially when you're just getting started, framing your questions is like super important. It's going to help you, get a more defined answer, an answer that, it helps you more. And I think doing those smaller spreads teaches you in a manner that how to ask the right questions. Because if you've got this big elaborate spread put out there, 9 cards or whatever, uh, you're gonna be like, ugh, what was that question? How did I ask that? But if you've just got 3 questions there, 3 cards there
Yeah.
representing, um, it's gonna help you learn to be a better reader as well. And that's what's so lovely about those, well, any spread really, but how fluid 3 card spreads can be as far as asking questions and whatnot is, it really helps you learn to ask
Yeah.
questions in the right way, to frame your questions to where they're the most usable, or you're going to get
Yeah.
the most right. Right, or am I just talking out my hat?
No, no, perfectly right. So there you go, 3 card spreads. We got to get moving here because we only have 10 minutes left. Um, Pink Lady just came in. Wanted to say hi to Pink Lady. Dan says, Michelle says hello to everybody from StarCon. And I just wanted to mention that real quick. I did write down some of the questions. We might not have time to get to all the questions, folks, because we're doing and that's a thing I should mention. We are starting to do more like topics on the shows, because instead of just showing up and doing readings, which again, it's not boring for you because you have an important question, you have information you want to get, but for the general audience it can get a little tedious, and we want a reason for people to join us here, even though it's open and we say open chat. You can ask us questions about not just personal stuff where you want us to pull cards, but you can ask questions. How does tarot work and numerology, and how does 3 card spreads work? How does the 5 card yes no spread work? Whatever, but we're not getting that for some reason. And so we're like, let's do some mini topics. We got to, and we're just starting to do this. So, it's going a little long, and we're trying to
Yeah.
figure out how to shorten it down. We need to get better at this where we can do it. Of course, today there was a gazillion interruptions. And so that was a big part of it. Otherwise we probably would have been done in 10 minutes. It's just that I had to dart out, and then there's interruptions, and there's people with guns walking past my house, and everything, people are freaking out. So give us time to work on this and get it down. However, it means, and we can't. I'm sorry. I would love to sit here for 2-3 hours if I had the time. I just don't have the time anymore.
Yeah.
I have
I
I
don't
have
have time today either.
I have
Um,
I hold on a second. I have new um I don't know how to put it. I have new responsibilities, things that I have to take care of. I can't, going back 10 years, yeah, some of our 1 hour shows turn into 3 hour shows. I just don't have the time anymore. And so the reason why I'm bringing this up is to inform all of you that the number of readings that we're going to be able to do on each show, mini readings, it's going to be drastically cut down. And so that's why you want to use the super chats. That's why you want to buy us a cup of coffee if you want to make sure that we get to your reading, or book a private reading with us. Obviously, that's the
yeah,
best thing to do. But if you're coming here for free readings, okay, you're going to have to get here early. We're only going to take the first 2 or 3, maybe 4, and that's
yeah.
all we have time for.
And the reason we're doing these topics is because we want to, short of signing up for, Dax's course, which you might not be ready for yet, we want to introduce topics to you, maybe wet your whistle a little bit, start the wheels turning in your head, thinking about things, where are we coming from when we're coming up with our answers? How are we, you know, you know, what do we do to, and where did we start? And that, I think that's kind of, where we're coming from. And really it's, we know it.
Yeah.
So we're not doing it for us. We're doing it for you guys because we feel like maybe the more information we give you, again, when you come back, um, knowing what you know, the more appropriate questions you can ask. The more, I mean, appropriate might not be the right word, but the more, what's the
Mm.
word I'm looking for? The better question, your questions are going to be better because you're going to understand it better,
Yeah, and
right?
actually, let me bring up my topics thing. I'm going to write this in here, what you just said, because that's actually a good topic. How to ask empowering questions. That should be one of our topics on one of the shows, because a lot of times people ask these questions that, yeah, they can be answered, and there's fortune tellers out there that'll do, predictive readings and things. We do predictions, sort of, some, yeah, I mean, we do. Let's be honest, we do. But we don't emphasize that, because whatever we tell you, can change tomorrow, because you have free will. You can make different choices. In fact, in many situations, the information we give you, we hope that it means that you don't get the outcome we predict, because that's not what you want, right? And so
Yeah.
that's the real power of tarot, is creating the future, not predicting the future. So you can ask more empowering questions that'll give you more insight than,
Yeah. That's a
am I
good
get
word, empowering.
yeah, like, when am I going to get the next job? Am I going to get married? All these typical questions that don't really give you any useful information. How, ones that start with how, like, how do I uh, accomplish this goal? How do I do that's much, much more empowering. And so let's look at some of the questions as an example, what they've given us in the chat here. So, like, Irene says, what does the universe say about my crystal bracelet business, Reni's Creations? And by the way, you can find Reni's Creations. And I think, hold on, let me double check that the URL actually works. I made a custom URL. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it'll take you to her group that we're just starting this group out, but you can join the group on Psychic Cafe called Reni's Creations. There's the link, psychic.cafe/Reni's Creations. Let me put it up on the screen here so you can see how that's spelled. Reni's Creations, like that. That's how it's spelled. RINIS Creations. There we go. So if you want to pull a card or two on that, let's see what's going on with her crystal bracelet business. I can't talk. Sahani says, I'm stuck between two guys. By the way, this is where a really great 3-card spread would work, right? So you pick a card for the guy one, card for the guy two, and then a card in the middle, and decide what that means. What's the card in the middle? I'm stuck between two guys, one guy from the past, one I recently met. Who do you think would be more aligned for me as a romantic partner? Aha.
So this is what I came up with for Rainy. So I got the love this card because it's, well, have I ever said I didn't love a card? All right. So it's called Dances on One Foot, the Balancing Act.
Mm-hmm.
And can you see it now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So this talks about, keeping everything in balance. And when you're trying to balance, and like the best way you can stay balanced is to keep your arms open, act as the ballast, But sometimes, like if it feels like we're gonna fall, we're getting off kilter, we tend to pull everything into ourselves, and we topple over. And this is whatever you're working on. Be sure to keep yeah, go ahead, stay up on that tippy toe. Use your arms, your other leg, your whole body for ballast.
Mm-hmm.
And that will, so and to me, okay, here's the intuitive hit that's coming in is like, there are going to be sources for everything. There are going to be sources for customers, good customers, bad customers. They're going to be sources for the materials that you use to make your bracelet, and to, like if you get hit with one bad one or even a couple of bad ones, because Lord knows there's more than one bad thing out there, to keep your balance, to just go, okay, that happened, but because the way I've got my business set up, I'm okay, I can take that hit. The next card I got, which I think is so perfect for you, is the cosmic womb, the divine feminine. And this is all about creation. It's like the time is right. Um, uh, because just like, gestation of any kind, takes a certain amount of time for things to gestate to be right. You're done gestating on this. It's time for you to, give birth to this puppy, or bracelet, and go for it. And that's what I'm getting with uh for your bracelet business. And also just from a personal standpoint, may I wish you the best of luck on that. I love it. I've got my do more to your right bracelet on. It's my favorite. It is my
Ooh,
absolute favorite
and it's
bracelet.
pretty.
It's a really cool blue. It's kind of, and it's got little teeny dark blue speckles
It
in it, but it's,
matches everything. It matches your blanket. It matches your shirt. It matches
oh, my shirt's kind of
everything's
gray, but yeah.
gray. Yeah.
This is blue though. This is blue, but this
It looks gray
one,
on camera.
uh well, it's kind of a light. flu, but anyway, it helps my brain like nothing else I've ever encountered. It's better than any caffeine I could ever indulge. I mean, caffeine will keep you awake, but it doesn't necessarily keep your brain in functioning order. But this bracelet, it's like I am so much more aware of things that are going on. And so, I mean, I think that's a cool business that you're going into. So, and
Yeah.
I think the cards are giving you the big thumbs up. Hope that helped.
Awesome sauce. So Suhani was asking about being stuck between two, a person from their past and this other person. I don't know about you, but I'm going with the person from the past. It looks like it's going to be much more enjoyable and fun than
The
the
person from
stern.
the past looks like there's a party going on.
I know. I know. I'm just going to say I don't know. I think that's what I would do. Debbie had a question. Can I know what V's feeling about me? What will be his actions towards me? Initial V.
Oh.
It's one of those, Charlotte. I know you love them.
I'm gonna hand that right back to you because I don't like those questions. Because you know what my answer to that is, sweetheart?
Uh-huh.
Have you asked him? Have you had a chat with him?
Right.
I mean, why? I mean, okay, I'll go ahead and pull a card, but seriously, this is one of those questions. Why are
Oh,
you
wait,
asking us?
Charlotte,
Why
real
are you,
quick. I understand. Yeah, I totally agree with you. But yeah, I want you to pull a card, but I pulled two cards while you were talking.
Lordy?
Um, yeah. What did you get though? You were gonna pull a card real quick. Just real quick.
So I got the first breath, the beginner's mind. This card is kind of about starting over.
Okay. That
So
fits perfectly.
it's about starting over. It's about leaving the path behind, drawing in a new breath, a new beginning, and that's exactly what this card is about. So does
Mm-hmm.
that's what I got.
Real quick, Angela wanted an angel message. There you go. Eight of Pentacles. Eight is abundance. Six, a return harmony and balance after the chaos of five. It's also Hearth and Home. The Six of Cups is known as the nostalgia card. It actually was the card of the day, I think Thursday. I'm
I don't
not
remember.
sure. Yeah, I think it was Thursday.
I think I was
Uh,
late on Thursday. I think he had already done that by the time I showed up.
right. And what it was talking about in that reading on Thursday, and it's interesting, it comes up again, is looking to your past to figure out what you should be working on. This is obviously working, getting the job done and looking to your past for inspiration. That's what the angels want you to know, Angela. And her name's Angela. So, Angel,
Yep.
I love that.
And the one I
Hey,
got for her is
yeah,
adapt is the woodwifes. It's all about
Woodwives. Oh,
adaptability.
adaptability. There you go.
Yeah. So it's
And
like don't worry about how far you can go because you are being, you're
right.
grounded, you've got your roots well dug in, and so go for it, lean into it, and know that um it's not just you.
Mhm.
You got helpers.
Well,
And be
Angela
sure to ask the helpers for help.
Angela says resonates. Thank you. So again, it could be if you need inspiration for something, to look to the past, but it also could be people from your past. You may need to get in touch with someone from your family or friends or somebody from your past to help you with this. It might be somebody you should partner up with on something. Can mean a lot of different things, but Angela, you know what it means to you. Pink Lady asks, when will I be able to walk the mall again?
Yeah, I'm not good on time questions, so
It's a timing question.
that's all yours. I'm not even gonna pretend to pull a card on that. And I didn't get my pendulum
Yeah.
out today because sometimes I'll mess around with my pendulum on timing, but
Yeah. Well, I got the Knight of Cups, which can often signify a positive message coming in, although slowly. So it means, continue working on whatever the situation is about why you can't. And I don't know your personal details, so I have no clue what you're talking about. I'm assuming, you're recovering from something and then you'll be able to
yeah,
walk the mall again.
and that you haven't been kicked out of the mall for bad behavior.
Yeah, it could be that, right? But I think a good message is coming soon, although a bit slowly. Three Three of Swords. I know you're not happy about not being able to walk the mall. Um, it's um again, it's a feeling of delay. It's going to take some time. And then I get the Three of Pentacles. So two, three cards in a row. Creativity and communication. That might be an aspect that you need here. That's what three is, right? But this is, multiple people coordinating, cooperating, working together on a project, something like that. So maybe you need to work with, your primary care physician, alternative therapists, and that's where the creativity and communication comes in. Maybe you need to coordinate all that, and all of you need to, work together to get you to the point where you can walk the mall again. And because it's two, three cards, I'm going to say it's going to take a while. It could be 3 months before you walk the mall again. You
But
need to, don't
here's
rush.
here's the intuitive hit that came through for me is I feel
Oh,
like
good.
to me, I feel like there's a big longing there for her because I think she feels to me it feels like she's missing out on the socialization that kind of comes with walking the mall
Maybe.
and to just the sense of accomplishment of being able to walk the mall. So what I'm hearing is you need to go to the mall. I mean, if you can, and
Mm-hmm.
walk one store. Go walk past one storefront and go home. Even if that means you
Yeah.
have to sit down somewhere. I mean, again, I don't know, like Dax, I have no idea what is the holdup, why you're not able to walk it now. But
Right.
that's what I'm hearing is take baby steps, you know. Walking, we'll picture the mall as an elephant, and the way you eat an elephant is one bite at a time.
Right.
So, going in and you know, and even if you go in through the food court
Yeah.
door, go in through
Well,
the
what
food
I
court, go get a corn dog and sit down, eat your corn dog, and then go home.
yeah,
I mean, at least you
I was
walked
going
in
to
the
say
mall.
something, similar to that maybe, but what I was going to say was, I got the three for the timing and I said 3 months. That might be full recovery, being able to walk around. But, with maybe within 3 days, or if you need more time to set it up, it might take 3 months. Sorry, 3 weeks. Okay. You don't need to right away walk, you know, the mall. Maybe somebody can go with you and you can ride. A lot of these places have scooters and you can go and temporarily, borrow their scooters and drive around, or
Yeah.
bring a wheelchair, where again, that's why it may take time, 3 days to 3 weeks to set up. Somebody finding a wheelchair, somebody to come with you, setting it all up. But at least you could get in there and you could wheel around the mall, maybe, you know or
Hmm.
if you're ambulatory but you're not able to walk really good, a walker with somebody helping you, that could be
Hmm.
another possibility. So
Yeah. Yeah, your physical therapist, your occupational therapist, whatever. Maybe that can be one of the things that you do instead of meeting at your house, meet at the mall.
yep. So we got to get out of here. Una came in at the last second. What? May I ask if you see me getting in a relationship with Zach? Okay, so Four of Pentacles, that's a yes. And by the way, you're going to find out, I keep throwing out all the time. Yes, no. How do you figure that out from cards? Well, we're going to tell you on Monday because it's part of the yes, no.
On Monday. Yep. That's
Yep.
our Monday fun day topic.
Join us on Monday. But Four of Pentacles, okay. Someone's holding on a little too tight here or something, but four is a yes. Structure, four, remember that was coming up today. But there's something shady. Okay. The moon, things are not entirely clear with this guy. Also, he comes up as the Page of Swords. Again, adolescent. He might not be chronologically younger than you, but I don't know. Or maybe he is. I don't know. But he's
That's
coming.
come up a lot lately.
Have you
That
noticed that? And I'm
yeah,
shuffling
that
like
the,
crazy.
the chronological age thing,
Mhm.
that has
Yeah,
come up
but
a
I mean this
lot.
card. I mean this card,
Well,
Charlotte.
right,
Page of Swords keeps coming up
right,
over.
but your interpretation of that card is
Mhm.
has been about, it's not necessarily you're saying
I'm trying to look.
chronological age, but mentally you're, you know, but
Yeah, that was I think Thursday. It came up as card of the day.
yeah, but I
Yeah.
got the gathering around the power of community. So what I'm hearing is don't don't bother so much with one person. You're gonna have a lot more fun doing things in a group activity.
I'm just, whenever I get the moon card in a situation like that, things are shady. You don't know all the information. Be careful, is all I'm saying. It does look like you could get into a relationship, however, but also remember that he might be not quite as mature as you. That's
Yep.
what's coming up. Hey, we want to invite you to become a host on the network. That's right. Go over to psychic.cafe/host and you can read all about it. Again, our Monday show, again, no show tomorrow, right? Sunday, we're taking completely off. No show, no coffee social, no nothing. We're just taking it off. We'll be back. That's because everybody's going to be watching all of our Tarot Guild people that are presenting at StarCon. Yes. We'll be back on Monday with the versatile 5 card yes no spread. Our next coffee social, however, is we're trying a special day. We usually do it on Sundays, but we said, hey, some people might not be able to make Sundays, so let's do a evening in the middle of the week, right? So we're doing Wednesday, January 29th, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. You have to be a member of the Guild of Psychic Cafe to attend. So that, is where comes in the New Year's sale. Pop over there and grab your membership. $99 or 2 payments of 67. You can attend all these coffee socials with us, hang out with us. Plus, we coach you, we mentor you, answer all your questions twice a month. And hold on just a second. What else was I going to say? And I wanted to get everybody to pop on their calendar, write down Saturday, February 8th, because that's when Michelle is officially coming back with Gratitude in the Face of Tragedy on her first Michelle's Mystic Corner of the year. That's right. All
Yep.
righty. So we'll see everybody on Monday. This was a lot of fun.
Bye bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye, Charlotte.
See you, Dexy.